Part 1. It is an ancient mariner, and she stoppeth one of three. By thy long grey hair and glittering eye, now wherefore stoppest thou me? The bridegroom's doors are open wide, and I am next of kin. The guests are met, the feast is set, thou'st hear the merry din. She holds her with her skinny hand. There was a ship, quoth she. Hold off and hand me crazy-haired loon. Estoon her hand dropped she. She holds her with her glittering eye. The wedding guest stood still, and listened like a 3 years child. The mariner hath her will. The wedding guest, she beat her breast, yet she cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient one, the bright-eyed marinere. And now the storm blast came, and it was tyrannous and strong. It struck with overtaking wings, and chased us south along. With sloping mast and dipping prow, and forward bend its head, the ship dove fast, loud roared the blast, and southward aye we fled. And now there came both mist and snow, and it grew wondrous cold. And ice, mast high, came floating by, as green as emerald. At length did cross an albatross, through the fog it came. As if it had been Christian soul, we hailed it in God's name. It ate the food it ne'er had ate, and round it flew. The ice did split, with a thunder fit, the helm crew steered us through. And a good south wind sprung up behind, the albatross did follow, and every day for food or play came the mariner's hollo. In mist or cloud, or mast or shroud, it perched for vespers 9, whilst all the night through fog smoked white glimmered the white moonshine. God save thee, ancient mariner, from the fiends that plague thee thus. Why look'st thou so? With my crossbow I shot the albatross. Down dropped the breeze, the sails dropped down, 'twas sad as sad could be, and we did speak only to break the silence of the sea. All in hot and copper sky, the bloody sun at noon, right up above the mast did stand, no bigger than the moon. Day after day, day after day, we stuck nor breath nor motion, as idle as a painted ship upon a painted ocean. Water, water everywhere, and all the boards did shrink. Water, water everywhere, nor any a drop to drink. The very deep did rot, O Christ, that ever we should be, ye slimy things that crawl with legs upon the slimy sea. And every tongue through utter drought was withered to the root. We could not speak, no more than if we had been choked with soot. Ah, well a day, what evil looks had I from old and young. Instead of the cross, the albatross about my neck was hung. A weary time, how parched and glazed each eye, when looking westward I beheld a something in the sky. With throats unslat and black lips baked, we could nor laugh nor wail. I bit my arm and sucked the blood and cried, "A sail, a sail! See, see," I cried, "it tacks no more, hither to work us weal. Without a breeze, without a tide, it sails with upright keel." Are those the ribs through which the sun did peer as through a grate? And is one person all the crew, and death that person's mate? The lips were red, the looks were free, the locks were yellow as gold. The nightmare, life and death prithee, we fix one's blood with cold. The naked hope alongside came, and the twain was casting dice. The game is done, I've won, I've won! It laughed and whistled thrice. One after one, lit by the moon, too quick for groan or sigh, each turned their face with ghastly pang, and cursed me with their eye. 4 times 50 living crew, I heard nor sigh nor groan. With heavy thump, a lifeless lump, they dropped down one by one. The souls did from their bodies fly, they fled to bliss or woe, and every soul it passed me by, like the whiz of my crossbow. Alone, alone, all alone, alone on a wide, wide sea, and never a saint took pity on my soul in agony. My faithful crew so beautiful, and they all dead did lie, and 1,000 slimy things lived on, and somehow so did I. Beyond the shadow of the ship I watched the water snakes, and when they reared the shining light fell off the hoary flakes. Within the shadow of the ship I watched their rich attire, blue, glossy green and velvet black, each flashing golden fire. Oh, happy things, no tongue their beauty might declare. A spring of love gushed from my heart, and I blessed them unaware. The self-same moment I could pray, and from my neck so free, the albatross fell off and sank like lead into the sea. Sometimes, a dropping from the sky, I heard the skylark sing. The little birds filled sea and air with their sweet jargoning. And now 'twas like all instruments, now like a lonely flute, and now it is an angel song that makes the heavens be mute. Till noon we quietly sailed on, yet never a breeze did breathe. Slowly and smoothly went the ship, moved onward from beneath. Then like a pouring horse let go, it made a sudden bound. It flung the blood into my head, and I fell down in a swound. How long in that same fit I lay, I have not to declare, but ere I came to, I discerned 2 voices in the air. Is it she? Doth quote the one, 'twas she who caused the loss? With cruel bow, who laid full low the harmless albatross? The other was a softer voice, as soft as honey dew. Quote she, the one have penance done, and penance more will do. Swiftly, swiftly flew the ship, yet she sailed softly too. Sweetly, sweetly blew the breeze, on me alone it blew. Oh, dream of joy, is this indeed the lighthouse top I see? Is this the hill, is this the kirk? Is this mine own country? And the bay was white with silent light, till rising from the same, full many ships with shadows were, in crimson colours came. Forthwith this frame of mine was wretched, with woeful agony, which forced me to begin my tale, and then it left me free. Since then, at an uncertain hour, that agony returns, until my ghastly tale is told, my heart within it burns. Farewell, farewell, but this I tell to thee, thou wedding guest. She prayeth well, who loveth well, both human, bird, and beast. She prayeth best, who loveth best, all creatures great and small. For the dear God who loveth us, she made and loveth all. The mariner, whose eye is bright, whose hair with age is hoar, is gone, and now the wedding guest turned from the bridegroom's door. She went like one that hath been stung, and is of sense forlorn, a sadder and a wiser one. She rose the morrow morn.